Hey, playa, are you getting those signs from your crush that they really don't like you back, but you don't want to throw in the towel just yet? When is the right time to give up? I know the exact answer, and I'm going to share that with you right after this.
This is the Just Beats, you're watching the Just Beef.
For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh, and every single Monday through Friday, I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. So if you want to learn and grow, hit the subscribe button and make sure to click on the notification bell. This is going to be a tough pill to swallow because in reality, a lot of you don't really want to know the answer to this because it means giving up on your crush. It means no longer pursuing them. It means moving on, and that's a scary thought. If you've liked someone for the longest time, the idea of just moving on from them might seem ridiculous. No, you have to keep focused on them. You have to keep trying to be with them because you like them, and giving up those feelings is just not something you're willing to do. So instead of just telling you to give up on them, how about we look at some of the signs that you can determine for yourself whether or not it makes sense for you to stop pursuing them. The first sign, they don't really respond to your messages or engage in conversation with you. Whenever you try to talk to them, they just kind of brush you off or give you these one-word answers that just kind of don't really take the conversation in any direction other than down. Now, just because they're bad at responding doesn't mean you should flat out give up. Maybe they're busy, maybe they're going to respond later, or maybe they don't know what to say in response to your message. The point here is that this is just one of the signs to be looking for. So if you get multiple signs, I think we can have a clearer path. The second sign, every time you try to talk to them in person, they're always bringing other people into the conversation, or they're trying to keep it short between the two of you so they can walk away. Now look, sometimes people are busy and there are reasons why they would do this, but if you're noticing a consistent pattern that every time you try to communicate with your crush, they're not really giving you the time of day, that's something to pay attention to. The third sign, every single time you ask your crush to hang out, they give you the runaround. They can't make it, or they're busy, or they have other plans. If you're noticing a pattern where your crush is just kind of avoiding you at all costs, that's something to really pay attention to here. And the fourth sign should make it way more obvious, but sometimes it doesn't. Your crush tells you flat out, or one of their friends tell you that they just don't like you. Now, hearing that sometimes can be a bit jarring. It can throw you off. It can make you feel like, well, the only reason you don't like me is because you don't know me, and once you get to know me, that's going to change. But if your crush is telling you flat out how they feel, I would listen. If you've ever gotten one of these signs before, let me know in the poll up there. Now, getting any of these signs should make it obvious that you should give up, but why do people still hold on? Why is it still so hard for you to just give up and move on? Well, there's hope and there's feelings, and whenever those things come into play, rationality and reality tend to go out the window a little bit. So how do you bring yourself back to the truth? How do you bring yourself back to the actual situation that you're in and recognize that it's time to give up? Well, I think in that situation, what you need to do is listen to my next words very closely. You need to be pursuing multiple crushes at a time. The reason why people get hung up on one person, why they get one-itis, is because they don't have multiple options. So when you're only looking at one person, hoping that it's going to work with them, you're giving up other opportunities and chances you can develop with other people. Let's say there were 3 people you were interested in as opposed to just one. Well, obviously one of them is going to be your main crush, the one you really want to get with, the one you have strongest feelings for, but that one might be the person that's actually blowing you off and not really responding to you and not giving you the time of day. So what about the other 2 crushes? What should you do about them? I think if you're in that situation, it's super important to give your other crushes a chance. Who knows that maybe by talking to your second crush a whole lot more, by learning more about them, by spending time with them, you might actually develop a better relationship. You might actually like them a whole lot more than your first crush. So by diversifying your feelings across the board and not just sticking them to one person, you actually make it easier for you to move on when things aren't going well. The sooner you can realize that the more opportunities you have, the better chance you have of winning, the easier it's going to be for you to give up on your crush when you start to notice those signs and to not chase them down the rabbit hole. Now, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up on this video and tap on the video over there on the side to go watch my other videos on how to be a more likable person, how to get the person you like to like you back. All that's in there. Go check it out. On that note, guys, I'll catch you next time. As always, love and peace.